Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give our praises due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahawah Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone, and to the bishops and elders in Connecticut, and to the high priests and teachers that taught our apostles also, and to the brothers that's out there putting their lives on line, teaching this truth. And this is Yah Demai from the Great Millstone Houston camp. And I'm going to go into it. This Jeremiah 50:33. Thus said Yahweh Bashmal Shai of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Right? And that's speaking on today, right? You know, the northern tribes, Latino tribes, Native American Latinos, and to the southern kingdom, we all been oppressed together right now as I speak. Okay? Verse 34. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh Bashmal Shah of hosts is his name. He shall truly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. Right? Going into disquiet. Let me see. Disquiet. Man, Slaki. I don't know why. Come on, man. I'm gonna go into that word right quick.
Disquiet.
Disquiet. A feeling of anxiety or worry, right? AI overview. Disquiet refers to a feeling of unease, anxiety, or restlessness. So, yeah, you want to have them pretty much worried, I mean, hey, that's what Yahweh Shai gonna do when he crack them claws, man, too. These people out here. But yeah, man, he's gonna, set us right, because we've been, like I say, we've been oppressed together, even though, the tribes, only elect of our different tribes coming back together, the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom, you know. But, it's in the spirit too. Some jakes out here, they kind of understand, so-called black and so-called brown, that, they got some type of similarities, And let's get Isaiah right quick, But the point of this lesson, really like to show you that, hey, we're gonna be one nation, really. Okay? Isaiah 11 and 13. And it reads, the envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Okay? So yeah, we ain't gonna be fighting one another no more. Okay? We gonna come back as brothers. If you read First Kings, the 12th chapter, right? It's going into the split, with Rehoboam and Jeroboam, you know, the Northern Kingdom, they kind of like refused to get it says David, House of David, right? But let's check that out. Let me kind of like go into it. Let me see. Let me check it out right quick. First King 12. Let's see. yeah, Slacky. Okay, I'll read this part. 1 Kings 12:16. So when all Israel saw the king hearken not unto them, the people answered the king, saying, what portion have we in David? Neither have we inheritance in the sons of Jesse. Right? Talking about pretty much the southern kingdom. To your, you know, yeah, have we, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse. Talking about David. To your tents of Israel, O Israel, now see to thine own house, David. So Israel departed to their tents, right? Just showing you some of you know, the the separation. But verse 17. But as for the children of Israel which dwelled in the city of Judah, Rehoboam reigned over them. The king Rehoboam sent Adoram, who was over the tribute, and all Israel stoned him with stones, that he died. Therefore King Rehoboam made speed to get him up to his chariot to flee to Jerusalem. So yeah, just showing you that hey, it was division right here, as it is right now, you know. But hey, we coming back, the elect coming back together though, from the different tribes, Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom. Okay, so yeah, let's get Ezekiel. Ezekiel 37. Maybe like in the 20s. Let me see. Let me check it out. I'll start at cause let me see. Yeah, let's just go right here. The saying you was coming back. Going back into that stick, right? Talking about that, really that 12 tribe sign, right? Let's read it right quick. I'm gonna try to do it fast. Ezekiel 37:16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, right? Right? Southern kingdom and the northern kingdom, okay? Your so-called Negroes, uh, talk about the southern kingdom, so-called Negroes, Jamaicans, uh, Benjamin, right? Manyam, Levi, so-called Haitians, Lawyer, Levi, Judah, right? Yahweh, right? Negroes. That's the southern kingdom. Then you got the northern kingdom, which, Ephraim, so-called Puerto Ricans, right? To Issachar, so-called Mexicans, so far and so on, you know, just, to make that point. But yeah, back in Ezekiel 37:16, moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, right? Talking about that 12 tribe sign as we use today, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions, right? Take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, right? That's the northern kingdom. And for all the house of Israel, his companions. Yeah, see? And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand, right? You know, because you got some brothers, you know, they hold the 12 tribe sign, or they just might put both their hands on the stick while they, you know, they teaching. Okay? Verse 18, when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meaning by these, right? And that's what's happening. That's what be happening. They come to the camp like, hey, what's on this sign? Who is it? You know, what this mean? Oh, I'm from the tribe. Okay, I'm from this tribe, you know, through my father. You know, man, you can't make this up. You know, it's right here in the scriptures, man. Okay? Verse 19, say unto them, thus said Yahweh Bashmel shall power, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand. There you go. This is the 12 tribes chart again, with all the different tribes. Okay? And the stick whereon, slacking, verse 20, Ezekiel 37:20, and the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thy hand before their eyes. Right? You know, you're looking at it, they're looking at the chart. And say unto them, thus said Yahweh Bashmel shall power, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation. Is the support. Verse 22, Ezekiel 37:22, and I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, right? You know, and that's that's what's happening right now with the elect, right? We're becoming one, you know, with the different tribes, you know, both Southern Kingdom brothers and the Northern Kingdom brothers, right? Okay. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them. That's king, talking about King David. Okay? And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all. Okay? So, you know, that's the point. That's the point, man. This was all about, you know, getting the elect from the different tribes, Southern and Northern Kingdom, you know. You know, some of my people that don't know, we won. You know, you still got, you know, fighting around, you know, fighting inside, you know. And that's pretty much the 2/3 of our people, right? You know, the blacks, so-called black, don't like them so-called, you know, Latino brothers. So-called Latino brothers don't like the so-called black men, or, you know, the whole, you know, nation, period. So, but, you know, that's it. I hope this been edifying it to the point, you know, where, hey, we all been, you know, we've been oppressed together in this forsaken place. So I'm going to give all praises due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rahawah Kakadash. Until next time, Shalom, Shalom to the elect.